puggy sort of style of playing. So that will be interesting to see. Inferno-wise, similar lines. Inferno maybe not as popular, but definitely one of the more popular maps. We can see the insta ban for Waterford was Vertigo, which I feel like might be a common scenario
Yeah.
for most teams in this league. So
I have a
it'll be
feeling,
interesting.
unless someone's got some really clever strats, I don't expect we'll see much Vertigo, despite all the love and
What a
care
shame.
Valve have been trying to give it over the last year. But yeah, Vertigo or even Mirage and Inferno, very heavy strat maps, very heavy, execute maps. If you have your plans and your set strats down, these maps will more often than not go in your favor. And the HFs are down, the game is ready, and here we go
Let's
to
get
our
into it.
first game of the tournament. It was WIT who picked this map, so Trinity have decided to start on the CT side.
Fair enough assumption, I suppose. Like for Trinity, you're probably going to have a bit of an advantage on that CT side. So
They start with much more map control
yeah,
on this map in particular.
the one benefit I would say for Waterford, you control the pace as the T side, and if you do have those like first game nerves, you might want to just slow things down a little bit, not rush into anything, and hopefully we can get some good plays on the go. I see we're going to get a smoke out there on the jungle there. Push coming out through now for Waterford, spotting a guy CT, and Quigs with a nice headshot there from bench will catch down there. XNT one on the Quigs there now, so it's a trade for a trade, but there's no smoke down in CT, and that will stop the plant from happening as Kraken and Retzal followed up again by a nade there by Kraken, just completely destroying the defense or the attack there from Waterford. Kerbenji, the last one to fall.
I missed it watching the flashbang. Was CT smoked at all at the start of the round?
No smoke whatsoever. Smoke went down in jungle. They were banking on some maybe jungle shenanigans.
Over-rotating or something. Yeah, well, that's a bit of a scary smoke to miss right out the bat. But as
Absolutely.
we go the first round to Trinity, WIT deciding to take a bit of a good old fashioned B rush. Well,
Nothing
okay,
else for it.
it's a bit of a slow B rush. That smoke grenade maybe gonna make him a little bit careful. Push through.
They're gonna play off this flashbang. Looks like Near's gonna throw it. Yeah, that will be it. Big nade.
Phantom's gonna get one. Quigs will pick up another. I'm looking for two. He's looking for three. That was the bomb carry, but Kraken will take another one down, and Phantom will finish off Mir for the final kill of the round.
Looks like we're gonna see these AKs being bought up now, but Trinity are gonna be up in the stay with those MP9s. Quigs will buy an M4. Retzal with the FAMAS as well. What is Near gonna buy? He's very slow there. Eventually picks up the AK. We've got the better guns, I would say, on the T side, but nade-wise, it's Trinity, and that could be all they need to just slow some pushes, maybe draw out the T's into a more close-range battle, and gets the job done with the MP9s.
Exactly, but this being the first gun round, oh, never mind, Quigs, we're going to pick up two. That's going to shut down that mid-aggression from WIT, and that's going to lock out their ability to take out to gain that map control. Kerbenji's going to be able to return some damage on the Retzal and open up a site, but Kronk is there. Going to pick up that FAMAS. It's a bit too dangerous for the machine pistol. But I was saying just before the kill started rolling in, the fact that TUD want to hang on to those SMGs tell me that they're so confident that they can take on this terrorist team that they're not really too worried about upgrading. They want the extra money they're going to get from those submachine guns.
Yeah, I feel like that's a good point to make there. Especially you've got 2 rounds under your belt already. This will be the first gun round. Waterford might want to be proven that they are able to pick it up with these rifles. Unfortunately, they did come into contact with Quigs, the only CT with a rifle. Well, Kronk had the FAMAS. It was Retzal had the FAMAS, but Quigs the only guy with the M4, and he did big damage in this round. So we'll be opting for what seems to be just a standard push out onto B there. Market door will be smoked. Market window, sorry, will be smoked. Flash is hopping out here. Quigs spots XNT there, and Rez. Could he even get the ace here? XNT takes down Phantom Nexus. Ras with a nice frag there onto Quigs. Shuts his ace opportunity down and brings it to a 2 versus 2.
Exchanging fire from short there. Kraken trying to find the player behind bench, but XNT will take down Kronk coming out of the house, and Raz will finish off Kraken to secure WIT their first win of the game and of the tournament.
You love to see that. That was a nice 2 versus 4 there. Hopefully, I know I keep going on about new team, and I'm sure they've obviously got experience in CS:GO and playing competitively, but there is that lurking feeling that this is a new tournament. You want to prove yourself, so that'll be good to get 1 round on the board. And in the way that they did it, I'm sure Quigs will be very annoyed his 3k amounted to practically nothing here.
Always good for the confidence to put around or on the board early like that. Although I gotta say, WIT taking a lot of damage from this mid. Adzo, XNT, and Near have all taken some damage in the fight, but haven't been able to really return it back.
Let's see, Kraken, the only one to take any damage there. Miss smoke there from Near onto window as well. Might just thwart the plans of a mid take. The molly's good though. Bomb dropped just at the bottom middle there, and we can see Ras is just on B apps here. Looks like he will be maybe a lurker or a faker. Decides to chuck 2 flashbangs and drop into underpass. There's 2 players still on the B side.
Bit of utility for the fake there, though. This push is quite slow. Retzel, in all this confusion, has decided to sit in apps, and he's not aware that Near is about to enter behind him. Kronk will find Raz down at mid, but Retzel will be distracted, and Near will be able to find the lurking CT. And now the A take is well underway. Smokes are down. Molly's on the stairs. Kerbenji's going to watch the flank while the rest focus their attention on that jungle area. XNT trying to get that bomb down while Quigs may be able. He's died for a bomb plant, although the gunfights are turning against them. It's just Near and Kerbenji to hold off these 3 CTs. Quigs will find Near, and it's just the last remaining CT. From rear guard to front guard, he needs to stop that defuse. And
3, 2, yeah, it looks like he might just give this one up.
A win would be nice, but an AK is expensive.
Kind of unfortunate there, sort of a curse calling back to the pistol around there. No smoke for CT. There was a sort of scuffed smoke thrown onto jungle, allowed some players from the CT side to peek from stairs. Then that late peek from CT, I don't remember who exactly it was. It might have been Retzel there, peeked from CT. And in the end, we're able to dismantle that push onto the A site. So it's back to the drawing board now for the Vikings.
If there's one thing we've noticed so far, it's their need to really manage their utility a little bit better. I think an A take was just cancelled by those 2 incendiary grenades, and that cost them a smoke that ended up on jungle. Although they're a bit lost now, they don't know what to do.
Yeah, and I think it was good to see a bit of fake work. I know it was Ras just with 2 flashbangs onto the B side, but even just drawing a bit of attention away, I think he chucked the 2 flashes and just ran straight into underpass, so the CTs on short would have heard that and would have given that call to rotate. So we can see Kerbenji sneaking in underpass this time. No sound cues given, so this might work out a little bit better in their favor. It's going to be the smokes down, but look where the bomb is. Nobody has picked up the bomb on the Vikings side, but Kerbenji sneaking in. Retzel first frag. Near trades him out, but Kraken from the back will catch Kerbenji. Near getting one under Retzel, but you can see it's a 2 versus 3. Make it a 2 versus 2 now as Quigs falls to Adzo. Chucks the nade on the stairs. Big dunk onto Kraken. 55 HP he's left with. Bomb finally getting picked up with 30 seconds. Is he going B?
That bomb is going B. Adzo fighting off the last 2 CTs. They tried to decoy with grenades last time. Now he is the decoy.
Surely they will realize at this stage that I'd say they're probably going to just stick out on the A site until they hear that bomb has been planted. Q.
Easily 5 seconds since contact. It's been a while since they've seen a T, and now they've forfeited some money to the terror side.
Near is going to be playing in this bench position.
Banter bench.
The banter bench. It won't be too funny if he doesn't get a few frags here. That's all I'll say. Needs to isolate the players as they push onto the B site. Perhaps get 2 1v1s, but we'll see. Phantom Lexus and Kraken both walking out of the market doors. Near here just hiding. He hears the steps of Kraken. He's going to peek. Catches Lexus in the back. And Kraken is just too quick there. Gets the headshot, but does he have the time? I think he might do. Yes.
That kid.
Get saved in there.
Is a very.
Close though.
It was very good, yeah. If there's one thing WIT are doing consistently is that they're making me wonder who's going to win with about 10 seconds to go. A lot of faking play, I'm noticing.
Yeah, and hopefully, as time goes on, they'll start to read into the rotations from the CT side, and they might be able to time their fakes just that little bit better. They do still have enough money for rifles in this round, but it's not that many. Two smokes now. XNT and Near, the only T players with any smoke grenades. On the other side, low, Pronk has opted for the MP9. His economy is quite low, so that's one thing I must say Vikings have been doing. They've been whittling down the economy of Trinity, but just not enough yet to earn them the dub.
A decisive win for either of these teams are going to put their opponent on the back foot. And WIT are poised to jump that B bomb site, moving up very slowly through the apartments.
Will they spot Phantom Lexus here?
Yes, they will.
Doesn't even react. Bomb goes down now. But look at this, Kraken's pushed up on the short. Will they clear this angle in time? Adzo walks onto the bench, gets that frag. Ras able to trade him out as Retsol comes in from short again. One short, two markets, but look, 4 players versus 3 on a retake on B is going to be tough. But Kronk making it just that little bit more possible. Krabenji trades it back there as Quig falls, and that will be the second round now for the Vikings.
Very good round.
Better.
Yeah, very good round. Much more well-oiled execute there.
Brilliant.
Phantom's cheeky spot didn't work out that time, unfortunately.
It sort of just looked like he wasn't ready for it. Maybe he had a little bit of a jump scare. He stood there and he got his head ripped off and no bullets fired at all. Looks like as a result it's going to be a force buy for Trinity here. And just pointing this out, it seems that Waterford are just deciding to group up on the sites and just do executes. There doesn't seem to be any sort of devault at the start of the round and then go into an execute, and it seems, well, it's working out for them this round because it's sort of a half by, well, full force deco situation. Will this work in future rounds though? I'm not entirely sure, so they might have to rethink it.
Phantom's gonna find 1 kill onto Near and CT spawn. That's an AK out of the rotation unless he can grab it and run, which is starting to look like his plan. Quigs.
Oh, he got it.
He's gonna have to try and contest against the 3 Ts holding this site. He sees one in the palace, but I think he's just playing for kills. There's no hope they're gonna get to defuse the bomb amidst all this. Azo meanwhile has fallen back, and I think you're right. WIT seem to be quite in favor of these large blob pushes, the tactical blob, as opposed to taking a more established presence on the map and gaining a bit of map knowledge, which will work well in moments like this during ecos, when they have the power advantage and they're able to just win those aim duels. But as the aptly named Blue Shell money starts to roll into the Trinity side, and as we see they're starting to pick up what's left of the last round, and they can start buying some better and better gear, that need to win aim duels is gonna come in real hard. Or WIT are gonna have to win every fight they get. And here we go again, another attack onto the A site.
Just like that. One stack, even if they do decide to push out on a team, one stack could be their demise. Even in the later rounds when the CTs might have a little bit more economy, even with the pistols they seem to be doing work. Makes it a 2 versus 3 at the minute, but in the more bigger gun rounds, this could be big, where one CT player just pushes, say, from like up to mid to T-spawn, and that's the whole round dismantled for the Ts. But in this round, looks like another round tying it up for the Vikings, unless Phantom Lexus looks like he's just going to opt to save here, but who knows, maybe there could be some heroic plays being made.
Heroic plays are horrible mistakes, but as you say, there was an attempt with the deco there to play very close to A main, and if the shots were on point, that could turn the round, but there's less and less chance involved as the weapons start getting better, and the weapons will start getting better. We can already see the TC side are sitting at about $2,000 each, which, as the rounds goes on, they'll build themselves a little war chest and have something to fight back against Waterford. But for now, they've tied it up. It's 4-4.
Yeah, at the same time, you know, we've kind of been harking on about like this isn't going to work for Waterford, but for the time being, it is. So fair enough. We're just going to see here now. This will be probably the first big gun versus big gun round. Again, no AWP for the CTs, which could be big. Kerbenji, the one to pick it up here for Waterford, and he's going to be going towards B. Is this just going to be another B group and push? No, we're going to have two guys now in the middle. So maybe we're just doing those for those anti-ecos, and we'll now maybe opt for a bit more variation in their play. But look where Quigs is playing. He might catch somebody off guard here. Above that smoke, he will. Raz to fall. No one else peeking him yet. He's going to fall off on too short alongside Kraken here. Kerbenji with that AWP. Not finding anyone on the cross just yet. And Quigs running away might just bait him in a little bit more. That flashbang will, however, draw the op shot out. So a 4 versus 5 for the T's, and they haven't even made it onto a site yet.
I think, as much as you say WIT tried to spread out a bit much that round. Oh, never mind. Push my mouth. Quigs doesn't want me to talk. Kerbenji's going to drop. Going to go down to Quigs, and it's just NXT having to hold up that push, and it looks like that's going to be a retreat probably onto A. But as I was trying to say before, I was so rudely interrupted. WIT, even though they started to spread out, they're very much picking a site. They're not gaining the info from everywhere and then deciding after that. They know what they want to do, and then they're trying to execute onto that with whatever they have left, like right now as the push goes out onto A. And we met with stiff resistance as Retsos tries to hold the line while Kronk rotates in. Kronk will find one, Near will tag team Retsos down. NXT will find Kraken and Kronk, and it's down to a 2v1. Can NXT hold the line against Phantom and Quigs to get the round advantage? He only has 5 seconds left, trying to get the bomb down, and he does, but not quick enough to get back into cover, and that's going to be another round for Trinity. Unless they somehow manage to flub the bomb code.
I'm surprised that he was able to get the bomb down. Quigs probably just waiting for that that fake play. So bomb down is good enough in that situation. To be fair, once Kerbenji fell there in apps, I thought this round may be over for the Vikings. They did try to switch it up a little bit, but Quigs was a little bit too coy there in middle. Nice little angle on short to catch off any players in middle. But it'll be another gun round. This time the op on the CTs and not on the Ts.
Well, based on previous play, yeah, it's going to have to be a few blind shots into mid to try actually get a kill with that op. Adzo taking that mid position. And
will this smoke work? Or will he fluff it like last time? We'll have to see here. Goes in. Yes, it's good.
Yeah, on the spot. Quigs not happy about that. That op shot of discontent firing away, but that looks like the T's are going to push it onto B from apartments. Two down to 1. Kraken will find NXT. Adzo on the red side of mid, and the bomb will go down. It's just Adzo left to hold off against the last two T's. He will find one. Can he find Quigs? The offer is going to be sprayed down by the AK from short.
Oh, that was one shot you don't want to miss there if you're Quigs. He'll probably be hitting himself over that. It was a bit of an unfortunate round there for him. He got smoked out of middle. Another smoke then thrown onto window. A big nade, I think, as well landed, so he wasn't having the best of luck. That B take was looking a little bit dicey there whenever there was, I think it was a 3 versus 3 at one stage, but eventually the trades went in favor of the Vikings, and they played up that again.
What's this? Trinity are done defending. They're on the offense now.
This is what I think Trinity needs to do more often, especially in the gun rounds. Just send 2 guys up mid, flash over, push up, catch the 1 guy in mid off guard, and then you've got so much map control, it's crazy.
Hang on, wait, 2 guys? They sent the whole team!
Oh yeah, well, whole team pistols, maybe 2 guys with rifles. Well, who knows, maybe this is some next level stuff that we're seeing from Trinity that's been produced here, but Kerbenji in the meantime, hitting a few wee flick shots with the AWP.
Kerbenji, you can't kill them all. I refuse to let you kill them all. You've tagged Kraken down to 7 HP, and Retsol's trying to win some honor back, though the grenade will take him down. It's just Retsol left, and is this a save? Is this a peek? He's trying to hide from Kerbenji with that op.
Surely Retsol goes for this. They've done too much in this round not to let it go to waste just yet. He might just stick out for a few more seconds. If he doesn't get any peeks, he might have to fall off and save it. Off shot rings out, but he gets that frag onto XNT. Kerbenji now with the AWP has to play the waiting game here, and he's going to be super patient. Retzel is going to have to stick in it very soon. Oh, but the timing's so unfortunate. He gets the frag, but it's not quick enough. That will be the round going the way of Vikings. However, economy-wise, that was very, very good for Trinity.
A very interesting play. Rather have the off than the round, although I'd say the confidence that leads players to do things like rush the entire team through mid with a pistol eco is saying we can win that back.
Yeah, it was a very cheeky play, and I mean, it worked out in that sense. They got 2 frags off that. Hopefully, as I said, we might see some more cheeky shenanigans in the middle. But look at this. 5-man, 4-man Palace. One guy on stairs smoke area. It looks like he's going to smoke off CT. Stairs has been smoked already. Kerbenji running out of ramp as Retzel with the AWP and triples going to fall to Ras there. Kerbenji jumping through the smoke, catches 1 frag and a second there onto Quigs in connector. A fast round, switches it up there from the slow play that we have seen from the Vikings. Phantom Lexus will spot Kerbenji, but he's just doing enough to stay alive. Does he realize? Oh, Kraken gets away with his life there. Looks like it's going to be a save, and Kerbenji's hungry.
Kerbenji, you can't kill the whole team. You're not allowed to kill the whole team. Kerbenji, stop!
Oh my days.
1 more to go. Can he find Phantom sitting in the apartments? Phantom's a missed.
Can't kill him?
Oh, Phantom putting down the dog. Now he's got an AK.
Well, fair play to Kerbenji, and the whole Waterford side there. Again, it wasn't that default spreaded out play that I was thinking, but it was a fast play, so that also is a decent enough counter to any sort of pushes for map control. And it worked out very well for them there. Caught Retzel off guard on triple, and resulting in a half by now for Trinity.
Precisely. Trinity once again forced into a bit of an eco, although, you know, there's a bit too much firepower in decos to really call them ecos, and Kerbenji once again is unsatisfied with analysis. He just wants to kill everyone on the map. Kraken will find revenge on the Adzo, Near will find revenge on the Kraken, and Phantom will take down Near, and of course Kerbenji will find yet another one.
And in this round we did see some splitting out there, but just before I get into that, Retzel, no, you gotta hit those!
Oh, Kerbenji's not happy with it! He wants more.
Oh dear, that's really unfortunate for Retzel there. Phantom Lex is now on a 1 versus 3. Bomb hasn't gone down there yet, and he's got a minute to play with, but it's not looking too good. He might want to opt to save this round. Here's the steps on the triple. Spots the heads walking past there on default. 1 frag goes his way, but XNT there to trade. That'll be 8-5 now for the newcomers.
They've started to truly pick up steam. A quick look at the scoreboard will say that Kerbenji can mostly be blamed for that with 18 kills, easily above everyone else in the game.
He's just been running out and getting frags, and you know what? In a game like this, sometimes that's all you need to do. Nothing too complicated, just hit the shots and hope for the best, and that's been working out for Waterford. And again, look, we've got this time 2 players in B, 2 players in middle, and 1 player just around the A area, so they are playing a bit more spread out this time. So it's nice to see this variation coming out from the B side. Adzo there with the first frag onto Kraken. Bit of damage done onto Retzel there from ramp. However, it's traded in Near, going down to 9 HP. However, he hits that shot onto Quigs. Kronk there to trade Ras out there, but Near so low. 1 nade or 1 little pistol shot could do it all. However, look at this as well. Adzo's still playing on short in ladder room. He's not going to spot anybody in jungle, but he hears the footsteps of Phantom Lex. Phantom Lex is a little bit too smart to just go jumping in there, however, and he's going to chill out for a second. The bomb is still in Palace, however. It's a very slow round being switched up there from the CT side. Adzo catches off Kronk in connector, bringing it to a 2 versus 4 now for Trinity. Can they deny the push? Missing that shot on Near. He's so low and he's still alive somehow. That off just not doing it. Retzel getting wallbanged and Kerbenji with the follow-up nade. All down to Phantom Lexus, and it looks like Adzo might catch him here. He's just biding his time around the smoke. Adzo's in 22 HP, Near on 9. It's still doable. If he catches 2 frags, it could be his, but look at Kerbenji. And that will be that. 9 rounds now for the T's.
Oh, they'll rue the day they ever let Kerbenji Near an op, I'll tell you.
He's been putting in the big numbers, and look, this could even be a 10-5 for Waterford here. FAMAS is now on a scout for Red Salt. 3 FAMASes and 1 M4, and the nades aren't good either. No Molotov. Smoke on R, all bar 1 as Quigs gets a little stab in the back by one of his friends there. Doesn't face it, unfortunately.
Friendly little pat on the back with a serrated blade.
Yeah. Like, it's only 13 damage. Well, that could be the difference. In a leg shot, perhaps. Kerbenji, the uppers, leading the way with the bomb. I think he's got a USP out.
Oh, that's a deagle. That's a deagle. This man is a headshot machine.
Oh god. I can see the fake now coming in from Waterford here. Ras, the one to lead the way for it. Will they be checking the corner here? Quigs. Nobody on the B side. This fake has been sold perfectly, and it's only costed them 1 player. Adzo has been allowed to run all the way back to B, and he will be able to cover the underpass, rotate. As there's going to be a bit of aggression from near. He pushes into market, and he catches that frag onto Kraken as well, so Phantom Lexus says no, as he gets 2 actually on the Kerbenji as well, and this has made just so much more doable there. Adzo has to get that frag, and he will, and he gets the second on the Quigs as well. 2 versus 2, health in favour of Trinity, but the utility and the weapons being traded out here. Red Salt catches of XNT, it's just Adzo. Great start to the round, the smoke and the bomb goes down, however, it's going to be the frag for Kronk, and the 6th round for Trinity College Dublin to tie it, or to bring it up to 6-9. Decent first half, I must say.
A very good first half, very back and forward, and I'm looking at some brilliant fake plays, and I'm not sure how many other teams have managed to pull out as many fake plays as consistently as this, especially ones that just involve sacrificing players outright.
Yeah, fair play. I was kind of scared that it was going to be maybe 2 players falling there to Trinity from Waterford, but in the end it was just 1. Adzo was able to run back into apps, and unfortunately wasn't able to finish up the round there. But I did criticize the T side at the start, even when they were winning. But I mean, it's went to show that if you put up the frags like Kerbenji here, 20-9, big performance from him on his debut. Fair play, brings it to 9 rounds on the T half. This should be an exciting one. The pistol goes the way of Trinity. This could be a tied game.
It could very well be, and it looks like early aggression is going to go on to A side, but XNT is not going to have any of it. Immediately going to shut Quigs down. Red Salt going to try to keep the push up to distract from his friends in B, although they've met some resistance. Raz will be dropped by Phantom as the T's take the site. Although Red Salt managing to get another kill, thinning out the resistance even more as we enter a 2v3 to retake B site. Kerbenji, wide flank, going to take down Phantom, though he will be dropped by Kraken with a close range headshot with that Glock.
Nice little T play there from Trinity, just showing that there's not just the one T side for this game that can do the fakes. Trinity can do them too. Red Salt proven very well there with that fake, allows the T's to push out onto the B side and really just play down the time here. Kronk catches that frag on the XMT, and that will be it. 7-9, so it's looking like it may be a tied game very shortly.
I wouldn't count the chickens before the hatch. There's plenty of rounds to get through, and WIT, if there's anything we've learned from the first half, is that once it takes them a little while and a little bit of money to really get moving. I'm seeing some similarities to other teams in the tournament. I think UCD are very similar in that you might think they're doing badly at first, but it's just them warming themselves up. So we'll see if that's also true for this half as well, as Trinity look like they're poised, all that utility over the wall, to be a good old B rush. Although they don't know, WIT were trying to copy them down mid, and now both teams are about to collide on the B side. Or not.
This could be a big one. Oh, it's going to be the boost actually as well for Waterford. Bomb going to be planted for apps, and we can see the T's have decided to sort of hide in that top left corner of the B side as the onslaught here of CTs. The MAC-10 should make short work of this. Kraken, Phantom Lex is all doing big damage here through that smoke. Phantom with another, who will get this final frag. It's just Kerbenji here. P250. 21 frags as well. Can he get a 22nd? No, Kraken will put an end to that. So a very, very clean round there for Trinity College Dublin. a whole 5 Mach 10s bought that round. Usually you might see maybe 1 AK, a Scout or something like that. Nope. Full force into the Mach 10s, and as a result, they got some nice bit of money from those frags. So let's see. Rifles for Waterford. No AWP, of course. Don't have the money just yet for that. 2 Mach 10 still kept on the side of Trinity here, as we're going to see a more standard default play. It's going to be Kronk just on middle there alone, holding off for any mid-rotate Quigs with a quick headshot there out of Palace. And he can't get this second. Kraken will actually catch off near as XNT takes down Quigs eventually. They do spot that guy in CT. Redsol. Oh, this is awkward, but he just manages to pull that nade out and fall back. Adzo will be kicking himself there. He wasn't able to get that frag. And as a result, we're just going to see a bit of a slower play now as the T's realize where both CTs are. Raz here now, out in middle, going to push up into connector. Realizes that it's most likely going to be B. However, look at that. Molly into market.
The rotate's been called, but yeah, the rotate's been called, but it's a 2v3, and given, I want to say given the weapon disadvantage, but no, just given the fact that the CTs, if they really do lose this, they're going to be set back quite a bit money-wise. It's a good incentive to save, but it looks like the push is happening either way. Raz going to be pushing through market, trying to burn out trying to burn out the van position. Keeping an eye on Bench. He will see Kronk. He will kill Kronk.
And they're just going to opt for the save off that.
I can respect that. They need the money.
Yeah,
they need the gear.
Nice little exit frag there for Raz, bringing his kill count to a total of 7 there. Looking at the table overall, Kerbenji leading the way at 21 frags. However, nipping at the heels there, Kraken's picking it up for Trinity, 18 and 12 there. Phantom next with 16, Quigs with 14. XNT next on the Waterford side, so
it's very it's very spread out on the Trinity side, whereas in WIT, Kerbenji very clearly leading the way.
And it will be interesting to see. I know his pushes were a bit more frag orientated and pushing on the T side. How will that translate to a CT play?
Nair is about to make contact with Quigs and Phantom. He's seen both of them. He hits one and manages to spray control the second, if that's what you can call shooting with the deagle. Redsol.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Redsol and Phantom pushing the site while Kraken has a little fight over an A. Kraken will win that fight and open up the A site to himself, leaving it in a 3v1. Adzo ready to take Kraken down, and it's just Phantom with the bomb, and Adzo will immediately shut him down.
Lovely 2-piece there for Adzo. A bit of 180 work from him there. First frag on A, second frag on mid. Easy as that. That will be the 10th round now. Double digits for the Vikings. Trinity, the money's decent enough for an AK buy, but look at these nades. Redsol as well. Finally, he does pick up that AK. However, not looking the greatest now for Trinity.
Certainly not a comfortable buy, especially when you compare it with the Vikings with a full complement of utility there, but I don't think Trinity are too worried about that, as most of the team is going to funnel themselves through the mid area. Kerbenji looking the wrong way, although when he turns around he will find Redsol and reveal the push. CT's keeping back, keeping the terrace boxed into that mid position, waiting out these smokes.
Very calm so far here. Trinity not doing too much just yet. They will throw that smoke onto short. All 4 players now in middle still. Are they waiting for a push? It looks like it is.
They're waiting for an overextension. They're waiting for a pick. Kerbenji is not willing to give it to them as he sits in there. Bad time to jump, and he knows the boost is there now.
Really unfortunate there for Quigs. Just jumps up as soon as Kerbenji peaks. As a result, Kerbenji's just going to take that opportunity to swing out a window. Near gets a frag as well. Phantom the trade. Gets that second as well onto Near, so making it a little bit more damaging, but not enough whenever the Vikings 5 players in that. You still have 3 to get, and unfortunately, it's not going to be the case for Phantom Nexus there.
I have a feeling Kerbenji and Near might be speaking to each other. Because, and this is a very dangerous idea, as soon as Kerbenji saw that boost, they both swung. And without anyone watching short particularly, it caught the Trinity team completely off guard.
Great little play there, yeah.
Excellent team play.
Again, unfortunate for Quigs with that jump. I don't know if he was trying to jump into window there, and he probably would have had his head ripped off either way. But again, you just don't know. Maybe he gets some lucky jumping headshot there. And as he said, great little bit of team play there coming from the newcomers. And big. Oh dear, but the frag goes the way of Quigs. It's just that AWP player, Kerbenji, the guy we've talked so much about, misses that first shot, but Adzo will help him out alongside his own nade. Crouch peeks there onto Phantom Lexus. It's just Quigs with that dink on the stairs. Won't catch Adzo yet, and benches to fall. Benji just casually sliding in there will catch that frag. So 12 rounds now. We're restoring that lead that they had from the end of the first half, and money-wise, it will be the buy again for Trinity, and they should have some more utility in this round. AWP as well coming out for Retzol.
Oh, here we go. So, Retzol v Kerbenji. If I thought I could get the pole out fast enough, I'd be throwing up a pole. Who's gonna win? I need to see this op-off.
Retzol opting. Nah, I'm not even gonna claim that. Retzol opting for the AWP peek onto ramp. He must have had the spawn. Nobody's gonna be jumping over just in time for him. Kerbenji does take some damage there in middle.
Not able to find even the leg shot, unfortunately.
So, just past 30 seconds gone, and that will be the first frag for Kerbenji. Catches off Quigs, and the op duel goes the way of Kerbenji as well. That's 1 frag shy now of 30, and we haven't even got started. 1 whole minute left in this round. 3 versus 5 now for Trinity. They're just going to walk it out mid the head, spotted by Kronk. Eventually gets that frag. If Nier didn't jump, I'd say he would have been still playing with this right now. However, he chose to hit that spacebar, and it's costed him. Kraken as well catches Adzo with that peek through the smoke. X and T on the default side of A side. He's going to peek onto triple. Throws a flashbang over for Kerbenji to peek. So nice little bit of team play yet again. Kerbenji doesn't hear anything, and this could be big because look at this. Kronk hidden in connector, and he's heard that drop in the underpass. He will call it for his teammates. Phantom Lex, as you can see, just watching it here. Kerbenji, though, ever so patient. It's all down to Kronk to catch this frag, and he does. XNT will fall. That will surely draw Kerbenji out, but he's not ready for it. Not really sure. Maybe he thought he was a bit too far down into underpass for that, but as a result, that will allow the T's to walk out onto the B side uncontested. But look at this. Ras pushes in just in time to cover that smoke. However, he's not good enough for Phantom Lexus. Brings it to a 1 versus 1 now as Kerbenji picking up that that AK. Doesn't even need the off. Throws the molly on the default. Going for the ace. Can he get it? He will. The first ace for the first game in Ice CSGO this season. You love to see it. Kerbenji, what a deserving ace, I'm not gonna lie. And he put in the little spray while he's at it.
From op to pistol to rifle, this man is absolutely terrifying. Sitting on a 32 kills at the moment. If WIT wanted to make an impression with their first game, this is the impression they want to be making. Along with that 13-9 scoreline, they're starting to run away with it. If Trinity don't, tie the laces and pick themselves up, this is gonna go the way of WIT.
Yeah, and you can see here, just look at the money again. 1 loss.
Ooh.
Oh, Kerbenji with that up again. 1 loss puts them at the risk of a pretty bad buy. I know they do have max loss, but it's probably going to be a half buy in this next round should Trinity College Dublin lose. Adzo catches that frag as well. Just being picked apart like that.
Some friendly fire, I think, on Adzo from near, but he makes up for it by taking down Kraken on shore, and now it's a 2v5. Kronk and Quigs trapped in mid. What are they going to do to salvage this round? They don't even have the bomb. Adzo, he's upset he missed Quigs earlier, but he will find him again later, and Near will help him take down Kronk, and that's the entire T team murdered in mid.
Yeah, I was saying there, it's kind of sounds like a nursery rhyme there, Kronk and Quigs. So that's a bit of a tongue twister, actually. Unfortunate there, and that will be...
I'll take that as a compliment.
Are they going to eat it? Nah, there comes the Deagles.
Well, we're at...
I wouldn't count Trinity out now here. Deagles are a cheeky one to deal with, like.
They're quite the equalizer when it comes down to it. A single headshot and they could change the fate of the whole round. But at 14-9, I don't think there's any question as to whether or not they're going to be saving, because they need to keep buying. They need everything they can get. Benji going to put some damage on the Quigs with that molly into Palace, and Raz going to give Kraken a few 5.62 hello bullets and then run away. He's got the intel, that's all he wanted.
Quigs.
Oh. Come on, Quigs.
Kurbenji, if Kurbenji gets this frag, it will actually be very tilting. Oh, he can see the gun barrel, but the smoke will put him off. Kurbenji lives to fight another day as Adzo, the first line of defense on the A side. As XNT falls for that little bit of deagage there. Near with the AK trades up as Quigs now finally gets his chance to push out of Palace, and there's Kurbenji. We've seen him in the spot before, miss a few frags. This could be big if he does miss these frags. They've allowed the T's to get onto the side.
Kronk, the double.
Oh dear.
Kurbenji. Can he get this? He can't, Kronk.
That's what you love to see. Kronk just stepping up in that round. As we said, the Deagles are dangerous, and Kronk has proven why.
4K for Kronk. Absolutely brilliant. And poor Quigs not being able to finish off Kurbenji. As soon as he grabbed that AK and started looking towards CT, I could tell there was blood in the eyes, and he wanted to finish that kill.
He was hungry, alright.
Lovely. 10-14 now towards the WIT Vikings, and it's starting to look like a bit of a set play going to come out onto the A side as Trinity line themselves up to throw smokes, but Adzo doesn't care. He'll immediately take down Quigs and Palace.
Nice frag there from Adzo, and that sort of disrupts any sort of push that they may have had warranted there. We can see Kronk now, he threw that smoke on the mid as sort of a delayer for anybody that would have been at the middle area. However, as a result of his teammate falling down, he's going to have to push out, but a crisp little headshot on the near there. As Retzol walks out with that deagle, Adzo caught again with that position, but Kurbenji not missing the op shot this time, and tickets brings it now onto a 3 versus 3. Retzol so unfortunate to miss that AWP shot there. XNT will capitalize on that. The op shot misses there by Kraken. XNT trades him out again, making it very doable for the CT side. Doesn't have enough bullets there to catch off Kronk, bringing it to a 1-on-1. The flank from Ras may not be quick enough here, as we can see Kronk taking it ever so slowly now into market and most likely onto the B side.
Absolutely brilliant shootout on the A side there. Poor Kurbenji immediately taken down from the Palace position. And as you say, Kronk has managed to sneak his way over to the B side, and Raz in this 1v1 situation is gonna opt to go for the defuse. Kronk is playing with a bit of a disadvantage here with only 50 HP, although he does have a couple extra flashes and Molotovs. If he plays this carefully, he may not even really need to engage Raz.
You can see he's taking out this Molotov now. He's not even gonna wait for the top. He's just gonna throw it down, but the smoke will cancel it. Raz spinning in the smoke. Oh no, if they get the match point from this.
The hit, another hit, one more! No. Oh!
Half a second or somewhere around that left, and Kronk pulls out the deagle. I was hyping him up a little bit after that deagle round, and then he got a few entries there, brought it to that 1 versus 1. I thought he was going to throw it all away, but he does finish up there, bringing it now to 11 rounds for Trinity, and maybe a bit of a resurgence here, but we can see the deagle's coming out. If it's anything like Trinity's deagle play, this could be the round for the Vikings. And look at this. Adzo's going to push up onto middle, doesn't spot anybody on that mid push, and it's a very reserved contact B even perhaps for Trinity College. Just the one player on A, but look, Kurbenji 34.
What are you doing, Kurbenji? Don't do it! Oh no! Assassinated the opper, and imagine that now. You think you're playing against an eco team and someone's managed to grab an op. As the T's push into the site, Raz won't have any of it, although Kronk not particularly upset with him ruining the plans. He will try to engage the short position. Just a quick flick over to XNT to take him down. It's down to a 3v3. The terrorists do have the bomb down on bomb site B. Adzo not able to keep the flanks going. Kraken will take him down with a swift AK headshot. And now it's near Kurbenji. Near will fight one. He'll fight two with that deagle. Just Kronk.
Kronk's gonna have to go huge yet again here. Let's Near go past. This is the play. Catches off Kerbenji, does miss the one tap, but he follows it up with the spray. 9 HP, and he's able to close that out. Another important round there for Trinity. Keep them in this game. I thought that was going to be the round there for Waterford.
Absolutely brilliant. The self-control to see the player walk by and just think, don't do it. Don't do it.
Yeah, I'd say maybe in some lower level matchmaking, they just are like, oh, I see person, I shoot. But Kronk showing a bit of class. He stepped up this half immensely, I must say. In the past few rounds, he's upped his ADR from the 60s all the way to 87, unfortunately. As I get talking, Kerbenji shuts him out of this round. So Kerbenji heading towards 40 frags at this stage. Near will catch off Quigs, however, bringing it now to a 5 versus 3. This is the WIT we have seen previously in this half, and looks like they've made a brief return to form here. So will Trinity be able to clutch it back round in their favor?
It's slowed down now. Early pushes from Kerbenji and Near have taken down the main entry fraggers, I think. We are left with Redsol in Palace with that AWP, keeping XNT bottled up onto that staircase, but I don't think they particularly care as the push comes out and Phantom manages to find XNT, but Near will take down Kraken. Adzo taking down Redsol. He fired earlier, so they knew exactly where he was, and Phantom, the last T to take down Adzo and hopefully win the round. He sees the op, although Kerbenji is going to fall back. He's not going to challenge that. Poor Phantom doesn't know, but this is perfect planting time as the CTs reposition. They're going to be waiting for that beep.
Well played there for Kerbenji. He did show a bit of restraint, just not peeking there, and he gets his reward for that. Phantom Nexus will fall there from the jungle peak. Any other player may have just wanted to catch off Phantom there from that CT peak. Unfortunate again with the timing. Maybe if Phantom hadn't have spotted Kerbenji, he might have just stuck to the plant, but either way, it will be the match point now for the Vikings, and so far so good. I can see this going the way of the Vikings now, but don't want to rule Trinity out just yet. Phantom, Kraken, and Kronk all on 22 frags. As we can see, it's Kerbenji far away in the distance there. 37 frags. If they shut him out of the round, it's completely doable for Trinity.
Yeah, even the chat is noticing Kerbenji is playing out of his mind right now. He wants this in his all-star clips.
Ross, maybe wanting to add a few frags to his name there. He does get 2. Redsol takes him down eventually. Near on short is solo there. 17 HP, but Kerbenji will be there. Eventually, the trade gets his 30th frag. 2 more frags and he's on to 40 there. And the round rin. Kronk only good for 1. Redsol now 10 HP. It's not looking too likely, I must say. And that will be Adzo getting another frag for his name. And that will be the first game going the way of Waterford.
16-12 for the first Counter-Strike game to the newcomers, and an absolutely terrifying play from Kerbenji, getting the first ace of the tournament, as well as nearly getting the 40 bomb. Absolutely brilliant play from Waterford.
I mean, what a way to debut! Like, I can't say the same for myself when I played last semester, but fair play to Kerbenji. Really brought the Waterford guys over the line, and it wasn't just Kerbenji. I know frag-wise on the board he was the leader, but you can see there some of that team play that was coming out from them near the end there. The flash is being called, the time peak, stuff like that. Very important for a team to get doing that if some of the players may not have that same firepower level, and as a result, they got the win.
Exactly. Now, don't believe we were wearing too much. I will, however, throw up a let's see, a be right back screen. We'll play a little bit of music and then we will get back into it for our second round of our second and final round of this game, which is Inferno. We will be back momentarily. Alrighty, welcome back everybody. You're just seeing the end of our little warm-up here as the players get ready to start our second map. That is Inferno. We had an absolutely brilliant game already. WIT Vikings running away with it. 14-13 unless I have already suffered from memory loss, which is a slight potential. Now, just make sure everything is all set and ready to go. Yeah, everyone in chat talking about Kerbenji. Honestly, Kerbenji's kill rate is pretty scary on a map like this, where the AWP reigns supreme down these long angles, particularly on banana and mid. There, we're gonna be hopefully be in for a very interesting game. Just showing the last of the warm up as the players get all suited to go. You'll be happy to know that the skill levels are very much equal. No one made it into anyone's spawn, so we can't have any pre-game calls.
No pre-game trash talk just yet. Anyway.
Everything's been fairly square up at the moment.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this game. I'm assuming it was Trinity's pick, so they're most likely going to start CT side. Do we know that yet? We'll know in a few seconds anyway. As you were saying there, Kerbenji. Looks like they're starting CT side. So,
what if we get to pick because it's not their map?
Yes, of course. Yeah, so CT side, Kerbenji might be able to get a good bit of work done with that AWP. He's proven himself very capable with that rifle and the pistol as well. So, we're going to see 3 players up and towards the B side just for the start of the CT side.
Now that's a grenade.
Nice bit of utility. Banana is all about that utility and control, so that's the utility side. They've given up control, but not for too long. Adzu's going to peek out, eventually gets taken down by Retzel. XNT in the meantime trades out with Phantom Lexus falling down. XNT falls near Kerbenji now, getting the frags near again. Can Kerbenji get this final frag? He will. A very fast-paced round there goes the way of the Vikings, and that will be the first round now, resulting in most likely just an SMG buy. I don't think we'll see much for the T side. They might opt to just buy P250, something like that. Yeah, looks like
a couple P250s. Yeah, on a map as close range as this, you kind of don't have to. Hang on, slow down there. Raz, what are you doing with the Mag 10? What are you doing with that shotgun? This is gonna be fun. And it does look like Trinity are making a move towards second mid. That shotgun could be put to very good use in the apartments.
Whoa. All I want to see this game is somebody use the XM in Boiler, and that will be huge. We don't see Raz. He might catch Kraken off here.
Oh, there we go. That's one.
Get a second. Oh, they're going to come back, and this could be big. Oh,
that's 2. That grenade easily did half the rest of Quig's teammates' health. Raz going to hold us up by himself, with a little bit of help from Near.
That could have easily been an ace there for Raz. Last player, Red Salt, not wanting to peek just yet into the capable crosshairs of Raz with that shotgun. One shot, just jump it. Oh no, he's let him get away. Near will get that frag. So 3 for Raz, 2 for Near. Easy enough anti-eco there for the Vikings, and that will be enough money now for the T side to buy up 2 those AK-47s. But Raz, as a result of that, 3k with the Mag 7 will be able to drop Kerbenji. So an early round op.
I was gonna say, if you can see the number there, the price, the money there just before it disappears, Raz made over $6,000 after the first round when he could get his hands on a shotgun, and he's keeping the shotgun.
Legendary performance. It just shows you how good the close range battles are in apartments if you can play the angles right. And we can see, just talking about playing the angles right there, Kerbenji playing that long range angle with the AWP perfectly. Nets himself a frag. Does take 40 damage, but with the AWP it's not that big of a deal.
Raz has armed the monster. I repeat, the monster has an op again, and he's hungry for the 40k. Looks like a bit of utility is going to be going over to B, though the fact that the bomb is up in upstairs. I forget if you call this apartments. It's very far away from apartments.
Yeah, I generally just call it like T-apps or something like that. But at what point, like the point I would stop calling it T-apps is whenever they like jump across from the T side of the apps past that little alleyway into Apps.
I would think the
And
same. So little play over on that
yeah,
side of the map. You kind of just it's just
forget
part of
about it.
Inferno. But Kraken
Yeah.
is sick of us talking. He'll take down Near. Azul will find him, and Quiggs very upset that his friend has been shot. Will take down Kraken. Kronk trying to run away from that
Ooh,
shotgun, but Raz has no mercy.
Roz putting that shotgun to really good work in these past 2 rounds here. Nobody will be coming his way just yet. 3 versus 2 for the Vikings. Quiggs going to peek into that off shot, but Kerbenji will miss it. Raz peeks out from Val. This could be big if he catches this frag. It's XNT to do so. Raz taken out there now by Phantom Lexus. More than capable to win this 1 versus 2. An MP9 and an AWP. Make that an AK and an AWP now as XNT the first to peek through that Molly Plume. Doesn't get the frag, but Kerbenji slides in with that USP. Rips the head right off Phantom Lexus, and that will be the 3rd round now for Waterford Vikings.
Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. We're now on a 3-0 towards the WIT Vikings. I'm starting to worry about Trinity now. Where Trinity are going to have to start picking it up. Although, in fairness, once the money really starts rolling, then we'll see what Trinity is able to really bring to the table. For Benji, enough money there to buy his teammate Raz. Sadly, ladies and gentlemen, the shotgun is gone away.
Shotgun is no more.
Oh.
Yet. For now.
That's true. If someone manages to bring a Nova on the T side, I'm gonna be very, very excited. But until then, Quiggs is gonna find Hanzo taking a cheeky peek down in mid.
A little bit too ambitious there. Near somehow doesn't get taken out by Kronk. Redsol will be the one to do so as the Raz trades him out in apartments. It's just Raz has to drop the smoke now onto Apps. Quiggs spots the feet and gets the frag either way. Just XNT now in library with an M4. I think it was maybe a little bit too ambitious there from Waterford with those early aggression peaks into second mid and Apps, and as a result it cost them the round.
We said it about WIT in the last map in Mirage, but Trinity now doing very WIT plays, staying together, the patented tactical blob down second mid. Absolutely not bothering with Banana. We're not going over there. We don't care. The last thing we want to do is get hit by another grenade. And it's worked out very well. You will eventually get everyone in apps if you're rushing them with AKs.
Yeah, I'm going to assume, especially maybe the decision making there for Trinity was just avoid the AWP. And as a result, Kerbenji didn't really have much of a say in that round. I don't even know where he died. Obviously, was it Banana or... I'm not entirely too sure.
I believe he got picked on the site with Raz.
Okay. So yeah, that was it was an easy enough round in the end there for Trinity.
Whoa,
First on the board.
On.
Got a bit of attack here.
Oh, no. Like. Yeah, tech pause.
Uh-oh. Kronk, what's happening? 10% loss on player. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Well, this gives us a bit more time to have a look at the economy. You can see not looking the greatest now for, well, either side really. They're just maybe 1 or 2 losses away at the most from having to eco here. It will be XNT the one to save, so it looks like I would say if I were Waterford, I would want to buy in this round. Trinity using that momentum hopefully to buy up and get a few rounds on the board here. The more rounds they win, obviously the less economy, the less utility that Waterford can use, especially on that Banana side. The lack of utility is a very big thing for getting control, and it could make all the difference.
Exactly. And now we've been saying along that line, we've been saying that WIT are doing very well, and we've been saying that Trinity are, only starting to come back. The economies do tell a bit of a different story, given that WIT, despite having a 2-round lead, is starting to fall behind money-wise. Now, you may be saying, hang on, wait a minute, Kerbenji's sitting on 4K right there, come on. But his teammates are sitting at about 1,000 and 2,000, and only XNT has actually bought. Raz has a taser, which I'm presuming is for more apartment shenanigans. But if Trinity do manage to clean sweep WIT in the next round, that economy is going to be set back quite hard. And Trinity sitting in and around 3,000, 2,000, 4,000, with a couple players like Phantom, Kraken, and Quiggs having actually bought a bit of gun and utility there. They're actually sitting on a bit of a better position to rush things back. To rush things back. Now. Now we're just waiting for a few moments.
Yeah,
They're
looks
having
like
a few.
Kronk's getting set up here.
Just a bit of technical difficulty. Sadly, it happens.
Wouldn't be a game of CS without it, eh?
Ah, look.
I had recently my game out of nowhere just started lagging. No reason, nothing different done to my PC. Revalidated CS and all that. Then I wasn't lagging, but I was lagging for everyone else around me. So I just had to hard reset my internet and fixed itself. Yeah, so there you go.
The mysteries of software abound, even to those studying it. And Quigs, holy god, Quigs, gonna get a double kill down mid. Adzo and Kerbenji, you're just out, and Raz. Well, I said Raz had a taser, but I don't think he's actually trying to use it in that smoke. Restall, at the bottom of that staircase, he's a bit wary from the smoke grenade. Oh, the pistol's out now. No, Raz is not looking for it. Redzall will find Raz. Impatience. Impatience giving Redzall the kill there. Meanwhile, Phantom and the rest of the T team rushing near on B side. A very clean round for the T side, and maybe I won't blame them, but you have to cut the memes out at some point. You know?
Yeah.
At some point, you do kind of have to sort of go, okay, I need this for a smoke grenade.
Well, that the Mag 7, we can actually see it's being brought out yet again. Raz isn't going to stop just yet. Mag 7 was doing big work in apps, but that Zeus didn't net any gains there from him yet. Smoke will be dropped, bit of damage done from that wallbang in apps, but Raz opting to just push up anyway. The soldier that he is will keep on pushing. He might spot Redzall with the gap of that smoke. Looks like it's not wide enough just yet. Will he just decide to cheeky peeky? Here's that frag, but Redzall, too smart. Oh my god, misses that. Kronk walks into the crosshairs.
That's one
shot. And the dink. Unfortunate that he doesn't get that frag there under Redzall. However, decent bit of damage. Look where the bomb is.
I swear we're not biased. We just like shotguns. Quigs, anyway, able to take on B side with... Is that Phantom with him there?
Yeah.
Ah, you fight me, auto director. Now, T's repositioning to defend B side from the retaking counter-terrorists, with Kraken sitting in the library waiting to try and catch some rotating CTs, although Adzo is carrying on the legacy with that shotgun, and also Kerbenji have deciding that maybe this isn't the time to pick. We have a round lead. Although can't stop Kerbenji, he'll try and he'll find Redzall. When you go hunting, you could be hunted, and that should be well known to the Trinity side.
Oh,
and Adzo! Come on!
Works out to be very expensive actually there for Trinity. Although their money has been racking up with those bomb plants. We'll be able to buy no problem, but an AK and a Galil saved for the CT side is nothing. Oh, look at that. I'm just...
Kerbenji, Adzo, remember what we said about taking memes too far? Adzo, you're not bringing that to apps, are you?
You know what? I rate it. He doesn't decide for any mad peaks just yet. He's going to hold that second mid peak, as I say, that Kerbenji with the AWP catches off Phantom Nexus there. Maybe forgetting, why peak banana without any utility. Unfortunately, Adzo isn't able to get that frag, but Nier will make it possible there with the nade. That wallbang shot just doing enough damage for the nade to do its work. As a result, it's a 3 versus 5 now. 2 ops still at the hands of the Vikings. Kronk pushing down into Boiler here. Won't catch anyone, and in fact, Nier just using that gap in the smoke to catch him off, as well as Quigs runs through one smoke. Adzo spots him, and through the smoke he will get it. A lot of smoke shenanigans in this game. Just down to Kraken now. He might want to be saving this one.
An AK, an awful lot of utility, and he's got a fully stacked CT team. Nier is peeking, and Nier will find him with a stolen AK. I'm not sure if you saw that at the beginning of the round. Adzo, I forget who it was. So Adzo actually got headshotted by whoever was trying to come at him through second mid, and had to fall back. And honestly, beautiful shooting, everybody.
Redzall, I think, hit him through the wall, so 2 wallbang shots, but
and that'd be why it was only on 60, yeah.
Yeah. smart enough to follow up with the nade onto second mid and catches Redsol off there. But I think again we can see here Kerbenji just being so aggressive with those initial peaks. I had my my focus there on Kerbenji because he usually gets that shot down banana, but this time it's Adzo with the AWP in mid.
His student fragger Adzo pushed down to see second mid and managed to catch Redsol in a completely unusual position. The aggression from WIT has been awoken on this map.
I'm really liking to see this confidence. So 2 AWPs plus that aggression. When you weren't on that like much money from the 2 rounds prior when they started this, it's I mean it's a risk and it's paid out for them on this occasion. As a result, we can see the money looking near dire straits for Trinity here. They're gonna have to come up with something fast. Maybe a contact out onto the B site, but Kerbenji with that AWP poised to shut anything down from the Coffin's position. I wouldn't fancy my chances if I were Trinity here, but he mightn't spot. I think it is cracking there, but I spoke too soon as XNT will be the one to do so. Phantom Lex is now on Kronk. Pushing in, Kerbenji takes one. Will he get that double? No, it will be XNT. Shutting down any sort of push onto the bomb site. And yeah, it's been a few rounds without a bomb plant now for Trinity.
I was saying during the technical pause that Trinity were in a bit of a unique position. They were rounds down, but the Blue Shell money had given them just enough cash to give them a bit of an advantage. And well, not to say that WIT are kicking them while they're down, but now the money is very firmly within WIT, and the round advantage has been increased somewhat. Quigs getting an early grenade onto Adzo, although Adzo is now watching that with the AWP.
No initial picks in the first 15 seconds anyway, so that's a good start, but Quigs is awfully close there to Adzo. Here's the jump off. Will he catch Adzo off? A little bit of damage there, but the short peek from near is enough to catch Quigs there. Quigs, sorry.
Second.
Ooh, Adzo will get that AWP frag onto Kronk as well. It looks just like Trinity have just started walking into the crosshairs of Waterford. That flash maybe was an attempt at something, but completely forgot about Short. In the meantime, Redsol with 2 1-digs of his own. It'll be a miracle if he wins this round. Why? I'm not really sure what I would say. But, oh, another deagle shot there, making this just more and more possible. He does have full armor. He will pick up this AK now as well, and a Molotov. All down to Adzo to stop this initial peak. The timing could be good here. He will throw the molly on the CT, but the swing across. Not fast enough.
You gotta love those flicks a smidge too fast for GoTV to actually catch. Gotta love them.
Gotta love GoTV.
Adzo doing amazingly, playing together with Nier, holding off the mid push. And I'm noticing Raz has, planted his flag up in the apartments, and he's decided that I live here now. No one else is allowed in. And it's unfortunate for Trinity. I guarantee you, they are one good, maybe slightly lucky play away from really opening this game up, but they just need to find the opportunity.
Yeah, the opportunity hasn't been presented to them. These flashes, smokes, etc. haven't been effective at shutting down any aggression play. Adzo just deciding to hold his ground. Good enough for one frag, but Quigs will take him out. That's all. The Deeg player from the previous round taken out there by Nier, as it's Quigs with that AWP that he's picked up. Could this be the lucky play you were talking about? Oh, XNT catches off Quigs. That's the AWP down. Phantom Lex is on 10 HP. Kronk on 45. No armor for Kronk. Half armor for Lexus. This isn't looking too good, but we can hope. We can dream. Kronk with the flank and long. Good enough to get XNT. That's what they need. With the pistol there from Kerbenji. Big plays here. And he's going to pick up that kit. It's all about the patience here for Kronk. Will he have it? Decides to shoulder peek there. Kerbenji with the AWP realizes that he's run into apartments. 3, 2, 1. Is the timing going to be in the favor? Oh, Kronk just gets it with that spray. We've seen him previously almost costing him the round in that previous game through the smoke. He just missed that spray, but eventually got the frag on that occasion, and he did just there as well. That will be the round now for Trinity College Dublin, and hopefully we can see a bit more plays coming out from him. That was a 2K for Kronk. He was I mean, according to the scoreboard, he was -1 in 10. That was from the disconnect that he had. So it's nice to see him finally on the scoreboard, getting some frags like we saw in that previous game. And hopefully it'll be a bit more competitive.
As you say, having wiped the entire game, they've also done a bit of a reset to everyone's economy. You'll notice both teams have players very low and a couple players with barely 2,000 in reserve. So this round is going to mean quite a bit as far as the next few rounds go and the opportunities and resources both teams will have. Phantom will find XNT, take him down, although he will not be able to escape that incendiary grenade's flames. Poised for the A take now. Redsol will start trading fire with Raz. Quigs will find Azo in the meantime, and Near is coming in for the flank. Raz will fall. Near will find a double. Near will find a triple, but he will be taken down by Kraken, putting us now in a 1v1. Kerbenji versus Kraken. The AWP versus the AK. How will this go? Kerbenji moving into apartments, trying to move behind Kraken, who he thinks he's coming from the other side, although Kraken with one eye on that door. It'll be down to an aim duel here. He sees the barrel, he gets the head, he wins the round for Trinity College. That's a 6-5.
If there was any player you would want in that clutch, it was Kerbenji, but with the AWP and just blindly really picking out from apartments there, he had too many angles to check, and unfortunately didn't work out for him. So the gap is being closed ever so slightly, and we can see again a very, very low buy here. A half buy coming out for the Vikings, and we can see Raz as well. Look what he's got.
Raz, what did I say about this?
Oh, Kerbenji runs out of second mid like he doesn't care with that USB Adzo again, with a frag XNT as well.
With a
this is so doable now.
We're down to a 3v2. We're barely 30 seconds in the round. I'm liking it. Quig sees that. Oh, XNT, that was a dangerous shot, and you know it. Near at point blank, he'll get one. Can he get the other? He headshot Quigs, and he will. Oh. Wow. AK on the off a point blank with the 5-7. Raz firing that off. A little moment of commiseration. He couldn't find anyone with it.
Yeah, that's a big round to lose, especially with that momentum change that we were seeing from Trinity College. They were getting a few rounds on the board, looking a little bit brighter for them, but all of that was just put to bed whenever Kerbenji peaks second mid with a USP and still wins the fight. So fair play. They've brought it to 7 rounds. One more round to win the half for the Vikings. Trinity on the back foot yet again. Big nade damage instantly to Quigs with a deagle shot on Kerbenji there. The man we were talking about doesn't get anything done in this round. It's the caster's curse all over again. Quigs picks up the AWP. No better gun to use than the AWP when you're 16 health. Your teammate's pushing in now with the deagle. Has to be good with it, but he doesn't get the frag. Adzo and XNT, just a firing range here on top banana. It's just Redsol with the deagle. We've seen him hit a nice few 1Ds here recently, but 4 players to get, no idea where they are. It's not looking too good for him here.
Not to mention the bomb is already on B. If he wants to get that planted, he's got to commit to a site that the CTs are now watching like a hawk. Although there is the chance for a cheeky peek or two. That's all. He will come into point blank with Raz, but looking the wrong way at the last second. You hate to see it.
You really do. That's the round and the half win for Vikings, but there's still 2 rounds to go now. If Trinity can clean, like 8-5, it's not bad for a T side on Inferno.
No, not at all.
Definitely doable, but Redsol here just chilling with the bomb and spawn for a little bit too long. They've opted for the full eco and hope for a really good buy into.
Oh, here it comes, the B rush. Kerbenji will find 2, but what do you expect when everyone's running up B? They'll find him eventually. It'll take 3 men to get it. XNT is there to stop Phantom, taking advantage of that pressure, and it's just down to Redsol with the bomb. He's the last man standing out of a lemming charge like that. He will push through the smoke, and he'll try to find Adzo, but he won't be able to finish the kill before XNT is able to shut that rush down for good. That's 9-5, and now we are at the last round of the first half.
Yeah, I mean, not much you can do there if you are Trinity. Glocks down banana. It's sort of a death sentence, and Kerbenji putting them into the grave. Easy as that. I collaterally got with the AWP. But as a result, now we will see the final rifle buy for Trinity here in this half, the last round of the half. A 9-6, a 10-5 it's still a decent half for Trinity, and I've no doubt that it'll be another close game as it was on Mirage.
Now, every single time a caster says this, someone corrects them. But if I'm right, and be nice to me if I'm wrong, Inferno was a little CT-sided. Because the Ts have to commit their entire attack against a counter-terrorist team who can rotate quite quickly between the sites and cover themselves. So,
yeah,
ending
I would agree.
Ending at the 9-5 is not a horrible outcome, and we actually might be ending on a 9-6 at this rate.
Ooh,
if these headshots keep coming, and they
Oh!
do!
Lovely
Absolutely
little
brilliant.
there. Fair play. 9-6, looking quite decent there near the end. I know that that eco round sort of threw them up there for a few rounds, but they finished off strong. 9-6 half going into the CT side. This, as I said, a pistol round can put it within reach of a tie, and who knows where it will go from there.
For many of you who enjoy Counter-Strike, one of the more fun rounds is about to appear. The post mid-half pistol round, when everyone's already sweaty, everyone's already angry, and everyone's already decided that they want to win. And here we go. This will decide the outcome. This will decide the state of the economies in the second round. And
we can see a differing in plays here. 3 players, will be 3 players eventually for Trinity College, but no Molotovs, no nades. It's just going to be 2 flashbangs for Quigs and that kit. A bit of an information play perhaps, but it doesn't even matter as it's going to be another send up onto the A site. Ras with that first frag, and Kerbenji, nobody watching him. He might be able to get a second, but Quigs steadies his aim, brings it to the 3 versus 4 retake. The kit might make this one doable, however. Damage done onto near. Quigs will fall. Sliding headshot there from Kraken. He just peeks like that. 3 versus 2 now. Kit has been picked up. Ras has to get one. Not good for the second though. Kronk left on a 1 versus 2. So many angles to check. Oh, and he's not going to be able to get that frag on Dadzo. That will be the double digits now for the Vikings.
very good starting round for the Vikings. Very much showing Trinity how takes are done. And arming up accordingly. Raz, oh, hang on. No, I speak too soon. Raz going to jump straight to an AK. A bit unusual for for winning the pistol round. Usually you'd want to stick to the SMGs and the shotguns because of the extra money they will give you. And the fact that the CT team probably aren't going to be able to afford armor, so you may as well take advantage. But to see Raz grab the AK that early just tells me that he really wants to win this.
Yeah, I'm impartial on that. Like, I'm not fussed. Obviously, you wouldn't want all of your team to full buy into AKs in the second round, but 1 or 2, not too bad, especially in a map like this when you can send your MAC-10 players out into the close range duels and then leave the AK players back for those longer range attacks. And it seems to be working out fairly well for them in this round. Just USPs to come up against. MAC-10's doing most of the work, but Raz getting a frag of his own.
Although, given this was a full save, you don't really expect them to win. They did manage to grab Adzo in the meantime, which will now put us in 11-6 to the WIT Vikings, and will put enough money in Trinity's bank to perhaps, yeah, it's looking like it. This is going to be the first gun round of the second half. The guns are out. Now we have to start trying. Or so say most players. WIT, much like their opponents, opting to keep their SMGs into the gun rounds.
Yeah, I think they can do a lot of damage here. That Molotov just going to force the MAC-10 players into peeking here, and as a result, Kerbenji will get that frag on the Kronk with the first orange players. It's Kraken, only good for 1 there is near with that FAMAS that he just picked up, will do the damage there. A fast play onto Banana is all they needed to get their foot into this round, and I think this might have to be a save if they don't get another frag. Trinity College don't get another frag in the next few seconds. As I say that, Quigs, good for 1. Retzol walks into the headshot of Kerbenji as he gets a second on the Phantom Lexus as well. So, per Quigs, left alone in Banana, gets 1 on Denier, and I think he's just going to fall back and save.
Yep, he's out of there. That's the flashbang of surrender. Well, surrender might not be the right word. Retreat for now.
Yeah, they lost the battle, but they haven't won the war. They haven't lost the war just yet. The Vikings, however, double the rounds of Trinity College now, looking better and better for them. XNT seems like he's an A4 player over an A1S. What are your thoughts on that? What rifle would you use CT side?
Which rifle would I be using CT side? I know everyone. Well, see, this is where I show my age and my inexperience with Counter-Strike a little bit, where I say that M4A1S is the old rifle from CSS, and I have to stick to tradition sometimes. The M4A4 is probably a bit better, but, you know, I like my tactical suppressors, so, you know.
Yeah. Oh,
Near!
Doesn't care about any tactical suppressors there. He's just going to hit the shot through the smoke anyway. And Adzo with that A4 will do the damage onto Retzol. There's two A1S players. The two A1S players actually that survived or saved in that previous round will be kicked out just like that.
Oh no, and those early frags have convinced the other convinced those two CTs who were protecting B to start rotating. Kerbenji will punish them, and Near will finish it, and the Ts will just walk onto an empty B site.
Yeah, this isn't looking too good. Phantom Lexus will pick up that M4A1S, however. He might just want to save this in pit or something like that, and he's gonna be hard done by here. Perhaps by Adzo. He's hungry, searching into Graveyard, but Phantom Lexus walking further and further into T-Apps. Might hear Adzo actually here very shortly.
Could very well, although Adzo's deciding to be quite quiet at the moment. He may just get the surprise on Phantom. Oh no, Adzo, don't! Oh, Adzo! There you go. Poor Phantom knife killed to finish that round out.
Oh.
You love to see it, you hate to see it, and for the sake of those keeping score at home, that's a good chunk of money to go into Adzo's bank account after that.
And he's going to call the pause to add insult to injury. I think this might be a good call, actually. Okay, it's for ping, never mind. I was going to go on about how it's a tack one. They might need to call attack for that, but yeah, like if you're the Vikings right now, you've got, I mean, that knife really adds insult to injury. You can sort of slow down the place now, and as you're the T side, just do what you want with it. Hold for their pushes if they're getting a little bit antsy. Picking up to go onto a single site. Like, there's so many options in the T side, although it is obviously fairly CT sided, this map. I would agree with you there. I can see the Vikings just walking away with it. Two ops again, brought out in the CT side, this time for Trinity. If it's anything like Kerbenji and Adzo, this actually could be quite interesting.
Could very well be, but I'd say, yeah, it's looking like a bit of a done deal for WIT. Now, I don't like saying that because Trinity could yet surprise us, but looking at the money in the bank, unless Trinity are able to pull a bit of a streak out here and steal quite a bit of cash, it's going to be very dicey for them to get back into it for now. But yeah, very good play so far from WIT. The confidence really coming out. I mean, you can say what you will about B rushes and the inexperience, but WIT do make it work.
Yeah,
even if that's what more fake playing, as we saw in the last round.
It's been working out for them, and I mean, if it's working, why stop? And it just looks like in this this map especially, Vikings have really sort of stretched their legs. They've been playing, even on the first few rounds, very aggressive on the CT side, T side as well, going for those early picks, and it's been working for them. So fair play, keep it up, and hope for the best. If we look at the scoreboard, like, Quigs is top for Trinity, Near top for WIT, but he's got Kerbenji by his side. Unfortunately, Kronk 1-19. I'm pretty sure it might be a little bit higher with the disconnects, but Retzol fully flash gets that frag onto Adzo. Second onto Ras. Kronk finally chiming in there, but Near with the 2k. Third actually onto Pit as well. Makes this round so winnable now for Trinity. Or my apologies for the Vikings, as it is Trinity now to retake the A site, and Kerbenji's holding off for any peaks as Quigs swings out with that AWP. Will pick up the AK now. Just Near left.
Flash peeking the wrong side, unfortunately. Now the CTs have control of the bomb between the two of them. They may wonder if this is a trick. And they will stop the Near. Absolutely brilliant retake. Kerbenji not able to put a stop to that rotate from Trinity, and very good to to take advantage of the opening. We're 13-7 now in the second half, and in dire straits for Trinity.
Yeah, it's nice to see a round on the board, however, and hopefully, you know, given that play there near with a 3K onto the A site, I thought it was all over for them there, but showed great resolve on that retake, isolated both players, and were able to win the round. So maybe just slow it down, a bit more utility usage on B Banana. I think that's a really good starting point. And then you've obviously got that AWP for Red Salt. If you can hold strong in middle, this could be very doable. I don't want to make any assumptions yet that Waterford are going to win, but 13-7, it's looking very strong for them. But again, it's anything goes.
It is a very convincing scoreline, and for anyone looking at the stars at the top and wondering how this is going to work, we will be playing to the end of this map, and then we will be taking a short break and switching over to the second broadcasted match tonight between University College Cork and NUIG Galway. Quigs doesn't care about what's happening later though, he wants to win now. He'll take the next NT and Krabenji will trade him out. Adzo pushing on the A side, putting a bit of pressure in the other directions, try to open up opportunities. Phantom not having any of it though. It's a bit of
nice little bit of mid play there.
It's dire straits for Trinity. They want to win this map and get a point on the board because these are the only two maps they will be playing tonight. We will not be playing a third map, so the pressure's on Trinity now to really turn this around and score some points for themselves to get them closer to the finals. That shot will hit Kraken. Yeah, it will.
Did they realize Kronk though? And we'll get 1, 2, not just yet. Kraken's still alive in New Box. The timing is so weird. It's running around the rosies there as Ras will fall. What just happened there? I don't know how Kraken stayed alive for that long. He made it completely winnable there for Trinity. Kronk with, unfortunately, it wasn't a backstab in the literal sense, but 1.5 frags going his way. And that will be the 8th round. And we're not too far off now. The money looking not the greatest for, well, either team really, but it's definitely looking worse for Waterford here. So one more loss could put them onto a half buy, an eco situation, and that's another 2 rounds on the board. As I say that, Krabenji doesn't care about the next rounds. He wants this round going his way here, but the Molotov does big damage, down to 14 HP, and that M4 might follow up, but no. It's a fallback on the second oranges there for Kraken. Doesn't matter though. First frag goes his way. Second frag, unfortunate there under Raz. Only doing 60 damage there. Krabenji's still alive as well on 14 HP. The nades aren't looking too good now for either side. These smokes will start to fade very shortly. Is it going to be a 3-man retake on to Ruins here? Ratsal with that boost of the AWP over the smoke. The shoulder peek from XNT, however, is good enough to avoid the frag. Flash comes over New Box. Bit of a failure there. Blinds near in the process. Raz first to fall and first oranges. Another flash goes through. Blinds his teammate, but near gets to the frag this time. And that second one, Retzel with the AWP, left just outside of dark. And that will be round number 14 now for Waterford.
Very, very, very good take. I'm starting to mix up that round on the previous round. I'm still confused at how Kronk didn't get instantly shut down, but hey, it seems to work. Yeah, moving into the last round, XNT. Is XNT saving with a glove? No, he's got an AK. Okay. Confused for a minute there.
Although, yeah, it was an unorthodox play there.
Trinity, though, forced down into less than ideal circumstances. Not much utility to go around. And a deagle on Quigs and Phantom, though, as both of these teams have shown, the deagle is not a weapon to count out.
Especially at the capable hands of Quigs and Phantom Lexes there. Near, in the meantime, says, well, you can have your deagle. I'm going to kill one of your rifle players. And he takes down Kronk while he's at it. A lovely little two-piece there onto the A side. It's going to be the B wrap, however. Phantom Lex is completely taken out of this round, and Kraken looks like he's going to follow. Kerbenji so close, and he avoids the deagle shot, but not long enough as Quigs will get that. However, near quick to follow as Raz will get the final frag, putting Waterford IT Vikings onto match point.
15-8. It's time for buys. Trinity doesn't have any space, any time, anything to make a mistake now. Yeah, down to scouts even. I trust I trust them to do good work, but these are very difficult circumstances.
Absolutely, but they do good damage there in the near 30 HP already at the start of the round. Lexus will follow up with that scout frag as well, so the scouts, as we just mentioned, putting in good work. Kraken might get caught off by that Molotov, but he's standing on top of the sandbags, good for one frag. Adzo takes down one of the scouters. Quigs with the deagle is good enough for one as well. Spots the bomb, but Raz will take that from his hands, just equalizing the players now to a 2 versus 2. It's still winnable for Trinity. It's all they've got, unfortunately, is Waterford with the more utility, the more better rifles, will have to just plant. Hope for no swings. They don't even spot Blanc there, but he misses the deagle shot. The flashbang was good, however.
No scope on the first. Can he finish off Raz? Are we going to run around the church?
Defuse goes in. And the headshot doesn't even matter. Takes it to a 16-8 win there for Waterford IT. And I must say, a very good debut performance for them.
Absolutely brilliant. That last twitch just moving off of where he needed it. Yeah.
I must say, as I was saying, great performance there for WIT. Nice to see Near playing at the top there this time. Kerbenji not too far behind. Unfortunate there for the guys at Trinity, just didn't seem to have that firepower that they were showing in the Mirage game. And as a result, it was the win for Waterford.
An absolutely brilliant end to the first game of our winter tournament, going towards the newcomers at Waterford. Commiserations to Trinity, though. There will be games to pick up later. That was two rounds to Waterford of their pick on Mirage, and then Trinity's pick on Mirage and their pick of Inferno. Absolutely brilliant to see. And if those of you at home are interested in sticking around and interested in watching a bit more Counter-Strike, we do have some more later on this evening. I will, however, have to cut the stream short just for a few minutes while we settle things behind the scenes, and then we will be back with the University